Since I started keeping reptiles in 2018, I have heard people talk multiple times a year, every single year, about the NARBC, or North American Reptile Breeders Conference, Reptile Expos, and I have always wanted to go. Until recently, I had never had that opportunity, but I was just at the July Schaumburg NARBC in Schaumburg, Illinois, and I had an absolute blast. This isn't your classic Reptile Expo vlog, so be sure to watch through the entire thing. I was not only able to see some really cool animals, but also talk with and interview some really cool reptile, amphibian, and invertebrate breeders and importers, and all sorts of awesome hobbyists and professionals. So be sure to watch through the whole thing because this is a really fun video. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to subscribe, but without further ado, let's get into it. Albino, yeah, with no eyes.
Oh, no eyes. Yeah, so she's a little spicy right now, where this is her first event, so I'm
Okay.
kind of like, alright, I'm not going to bring you out and let you handle you, but you can at least take a look.
For sure.
She was born with that, and we're going to have her eventually be an educational animal. That is so cool.
Yeah.
It is, and my husband also, outside of the rescue, he's the one in Zillow, and he does educational events in the community, so he'll bring animals to special needs schools.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
then we can have her be like, hey, this is what she was born with, it doesn't make any difference. Yeah.
Right. And you guys like just got married, right?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Less than a week.
That's awesome.
We were looking at the dates and we're like, this is a good weekend.
Yeah, gotta get married before Schaumburg.
Yeah, but I did tell him, I'm like, this doesn't count as the honeymoon.
Oh,
so just so
okay.
you know, I'm gonna need a full.
You need a better honeymoon than
Yeah,
Schaumburg.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they just keep it moist if they want to like.
Aw.
Okay. Oops.
Hi, buddy. In this one, what's his name?
Sidecar.
Sidecar. Love it.
Crested gecko.
Wow.
I love the coloring on that one. Yeah, that's so pretty.
Uh-huh. What morph is this?
Tricolor.
Tricolor. Okay.
Cool.
Beautiful.
This one's so cute too.
Right.
Little face. He's a bit more chaotic.
Oh,
Oh my gosh. These two are like my old backs that didn't quite make what I wanted.
oh no.
So, I mean, not the end of the world. I just,
Yeah.
I have other things that I cannot keep them all. So,
For
therefore,
sure.
somebody else can use that. This one doesn't have a name because I wasn't trying to get attached.
Oh, I see.
You just sprinkle it on salad and they go
Aw, thank you. Hey everybody, we're here with Ryan and Erica from Vivtech. So Ryan, would you tell us a little bit about Vivtech and what you guys are doing to revolutionize the reptile industry?
Well, thanks, that's a big compliment. So Vivtech, we started Vivtech a year ago. Actually, at this show last year is when we launched the company. And we were the first company in the world to launch UV LEDs. So you get a 4.5-year lifespan instead of 6 months.
That's awesome.
And then on top of it, the cooler thing about it is the UVA that our bulbs put out is way broader than a lot of the other bulbs that are out there. So we're seeing really amazing behavioral shifts in the way they act and the natural behaviors of the animals and their activity. It's super, super cool.
That's really cool. So Terry, could you tell me a little bit about your organization and kind of what you guys do?
I would be absolutely happy to.
Thank you.
We are a bit of an anomaly. We are different, likely, than anybody else in that we are primarily a research organization. We work in many forms of herpetological research, especially in the medical end of things.
Oh, awesome.
We work with the crocs, we work with cyclura, we work with the big snakes. We work with lots and lots of different animals.
That's cool.
We have facilities in 4 different places in the United States.
Okay.
And we have one facility in Venezuela.
Wow.
Small facility for breeding Orinoco's.
Okay.
And also have half ownership in a facility down in the Caribbean.
Wow. That's really cool.
So I've been doing this for far more years than you even want to know about. But one of the things we try to do is we try to encourage people to get familiar with the animals that they're working with. As I'm fond of saying, there probably aren't 2 people in this room who, if you took them aside and asked them to describe where their animals came from, what sort of conditions the animals should be kept under, and so on, they just don't know.
Right.
And that's sad. They may know how to keep them in captivity and, breed them into bizarre morphs, but understanding these animals and understanding them from the get-go is what people don't do anymore.
For sure. There's a big difference between keeping something in a rack and making a morph and actually replicating its wild environment.
Well, you can't replicate the wild, and that's
true.
That's something that most zoos don't understand, nor does the general public. But what you have to do is you replicate the essential factors.
Okay.
As a very rough example, you take a tree boa that requires looping to be able to stay healthy, an emerald tree boa, for instance.
Yeah.
Well, you give it a piece of roughened up PVC and it's perfectly happy.
Right.
But that it fulfills that particular need on the animal.
Okay.
The same thing from a dietary standpoint. People don't understand that feeding just white rats doesn't do it.
Right.
Animals have to be supplemented. You have to understand that micronutrients they don't get in captivity are a necessity.
Right.
Shortens their lives. It decreases the fecundity in the animals. All sorts of problems with that.
Right.
And people need to start spending time with books. I know that's a very old-fashioned concept. But
Yeah. What's a book?
I have a herp library that's pretty considerable, and there isn't a day that I'm not in there looking at something or checking something, trying to decipher something. There are people who, very much like American tourists, wherever they go, they take America with them, right? So they never get to see the country they're actually in.
Right.
If you understand my analogy.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same thing with so many people who go out and look at animals. They go on some African safari, and by the time they come back, they have a very distorted view of what the animals are.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't sit back and look at these things and understand them for what they really are.
For sure.
Ask the right questions. So we're here to answer some of those questions.
Well, that's awesome. I really appreciate what you guys do. So this is Patient Zero, which is arguably the world's most famous crested gecko. This is cool.
I'm Kevin with Pangea. We got Patient Zero here. A lot of people love looking at him because he's got such a unique look. A lot
Yeah.
of people love his black eyes. I'll try to get you a shot there of him.
Wow.
And his gold gilded look.
Yeah.
So a lot of people call him piebald, but technically he's not really piebald. We haven't proven him out genetically.
Okay.
So we can't arguably say one thing or another, but most likely what he has is a condition that tells his body that chromatophores are bad, and so that's why he has this leucistic complex all over his body.
Wow.
You can see through his toes here and his nose some
Yeah.
translucism where you get those little purple toes and they're so cute.
Yeah. How old is Patient Zero?
Patient Zero is about, he's at least 15.
At least 15, okay.
So we acquired him in 2014, and he was already old at that point. Not old, but he already had like a few years on him, but
Yeah.
we didn't know the exact dates.
Okay.
Some of the other heritage information from his parents wasn't available to us at the time.
Oh.
So unfortunately, we don't have like a major history on him.
Right.
We actually have one of his offspring for sale here on the table.
Okay.
Which Hunter can show you in a little bit too.
For sure.
It's pretty neat though, but you can see he's got a gold tiger base.
Yeah.
He's pretty chill too. This is about as fast as he goes. This is active for him. He's a pretty chill little guy.
Cool. That's really cool. He's such a cool gecko.
Yeah, he is. Very adorable.
Yeah.
His
Well,
eyes are so cool. It's like pure blue.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So cool.
Yeah, and he's just a chill little guy.
That's really cool. Thank you so much for showing him to us.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks, guys.
So this is Patient Zero's kid. That's awesome.
Yeah, you can see tiger, light base.
Yeah.
Dress up a little bit more. Yellow portholes, fringe kneecaps. Pretty cool animal.
Yeah, that's
Good
really
little
cool.
caress.
Is he Patient 1?
He's actually probably like patient like 200
Okay.
or something. We've been trying with him for a while, like since we had him. So and he's as we showed off how packing he is. He's fertile.
Right.
He makes babies.
Is this Patient Zero's baby?
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Do you know what morph he is?
I would call him a yellow tiger or yellow. So like his base is a little bit yellower than this. Obviously, he's really light right now. Just having seen him before is why I would say the yellow part, but definitely tiger. That's super parent. That's what all this pattern is there too.
That's
Cool.
awesome.
The portholes here are definitely yellow, and that's part of the same pattern, same gene that's giving the fringe and the kneecaps. Can't really get them to show off the kneecaps.
Oh, cool.
That's awesome.
And how old is he?
This one? I don't know. This is not an easy to understand date. By the looks of them, though, I would say 2.
2? Okay.
Something are approaching 2.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. Also chill. As I say that. All right. You gotta go back.
He's a simmer dog.
He just wants the
He
attention
needs
on
to
the
take
camera.
after his dad. He needs to chill out a little.
Yeah. Need some more years on him.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, awesome. It was really great to meet you, Kevin. Thank you so much. Yeah, and nice to meet you too.
That's fine. Oh my gosh, do they jump?
Not that I'm aware of. He said this is the fun one to handle.
Is this the one that's views goose?
Yeah, the Stropherus.
That is cool. Look at the eyes. They almost have like snake eyes or lizards. Do they feel weird?
Yeah, do you want to hold him?
Sure.
Okay. I'll put him on your hand. I'll send you this clip for your video. Right?
Look at his little face.
Oh, if it'll
It's like
focus.
A gecko. Give it a kiss.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna kiss him. I don't want him to spew goo everywhere.
Right?
Oh my gosh, I love his tail. That is so cool.
Wow, they're fascinating.
Wanna
Awesome.
go back and chill? It's like,
Hey everyone, I'm here with Luke from Luke's Bugs. You might have seen him on his YouTube channel or Snake Discovery's YouTube channel. And Luke, would you tell us a little bit about what you have going on here today?
So we actually have a bunch of orchid mantises here today. So
Awesome.
mostly today we have orchid mantises. This is a baby. You look to be an L2, so he's molted twice. And then we also have our adult female.
Wow.
And one of the rarest mantises we have today actually is over here, a Coriodotus rhomboidea. And we are so happy to have her. She's a wonderful mantis.
Awesome.
And then we also have a few baby spiny flowers.
Oh, those are pretty.
There's one over here. Here it is. There's a baby, so I have to be careful with her. That's the baby.
Wow. So tiny.
Yeah.
What instar is that one?
I think this is in star 2, maybe 3.
Maybe 2, maybe 3. Cool.
Yeah. So she is actually the first generation of captive bred Coriodotus rhomboidea in the United States
Oh, wow.
By our friend.
by our
That's so
by our
cool.
amazing friend. But another mantis we have is this beautiful dead leaf.
Yeah.
She laid an ooze a little while ago, so she's being a bit defensive. I'll let her be in her
Okay.
habitat.
Yeah.
So she's beautiful. And yeah, so the blue line ghost, we'll find her in just a minute.
All
But
right.
yeah, she is actually probably one of our rarest mantises because she is the only line in the entire world.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, she's from our amazing. Oh, yeah, she's playing dead.
I'll have to switch them out.
So
For sure.
the normal ghost is usually a very faint green, very dull green.
Mhm.
But these ghosties are a very vibrant green.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And they're called the blue-green line ghost from our amazing friend Mary Kay Ruby, who
Okay.
actually lives here in Illinois.
Wonderful.
And she has a massive mantis collection, though she does have some medical issues, which is why we're actually going to have her entire breeding group so that we can keep the line going.
Wow. Okay, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Thank you for showing us.
You're
And
welcome.
lastly, did you want to show the Helvia?
Oh yes, another one of our
For sure.
rare mantises. This is actually the yellow orchid mantis. She's a Helvia cardinalis.
Oh, wow. I love how you know their scientific names and everything. You're so intelligent.
This is the yellow orchid.
Oh, Emma, do you want to show the yellow orchid?
This is the yellow orchid. They
Wow.
are beautiful and a lot smaller than regular orchids. This is actually a female.
Oh, cool.
So,
That's pretty.
So the males must be tiny.
oh yeah, the males are probably about half an inch to maybe an inch.
Wow.
I'd be so scared to lose them.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This one's all the way up on my shoulder.
Oh,
Do you want to grab
she
it?
likes you.
We've become good friends.
Yep.
Are you guys filming a video at the show today?
We haven't gotten it.
Oh,
No, not really.
For tomorrow.
yeah, that'll be cool.
We made Dave a promise that he's going to do a video with us and we have to post every week.
Oh, that's
My channel
awesome.
haven't uploaded. We haven't uploaded in 9 months.
Oh,
we
no.
were just talking about you, like Hunter does.
Exactly.
Every week we get the notification.
I know,
don't how he
right?
does it. So we were like trying to follow examples. Like we've got to be more like that.
Yeah.
Well, I am so impressed by you and having this business. How old are you, Luke?
I'm 10.
Wow. I am mind blown. That is so cool. So, Luke, if people want to find Luke's Bugs on the internet, where can they go?
You can go to Luke's Bug Adventures on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. And if you want to reach out to us for a mantis or anything, our email is lukefundbugworld@gmail.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming.
See you guys.
Auction, blow it up.
Right? You guys, I did a thing. So we were over at the Pangea booth and I was like looking and stuff, and I'm a Pangea affiliate, so you guys supporting my channel is absolutely awesome because Pangea, when you guys shop with Pangea, they give me a little kickback, which is super awesome and I really appreciate it. So I was just talking with their general manager and he's like, are you looking at any geckos? And I pointed out this one and he just gave it to me. So like, I seriously want to thank you all for your support and watching my videos and stuff because this is awesome. So if you want to shop at Pangea, you can use code HUNTER10 for 10% off of any of your purchases. And then I get a small commission to help make these videos possible. So thank you all and thank you so much to Pangea. I am really grateful for your support. Hey everybody, I'm here with Josh from the Exotic Empire at NARBC Schaumburg. And so Josh, would you tell us a little bit about what you do here at the Exotic Empire and what kind of stands you out from the crowd?
Yeah, so our main focus is importing, and so we bring in a lot of wild-caught species and captive hatch species from overseas. We bring them in, we establish them, we get them healthy, we treat for parasites, all that good stuff, so you guys don't have to worry about that, and then we sell them once they're ready to go.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've heard that you guys are like the go-to if you have something like a species that you guys do carry that's imported, because you guys do treat them very well, which is really cool. How do you go about making sure that the way that you're doing this is responsible and good for the animals?
Yeah, so like a lot of the countries, well actually all of the countries are based around quotas. So the government in these other countries tells us what we're allowed to import based on populations and things like that.
Right.
And then on top of that, like once the animals get here, we just do a really good job of trying to make sure that the health of all the animals that come in is good. That way we're not losing animals and things like that. And once we have stuff here, a lot of the stuff that we have at home is set up for breeding already. So we're trying to do more captive bred stuff so we can take a little bit of pressure off of these wild populations.
Yeah, that's awesome. So it looks like you have a wide variety of species here. I know I'm putting you on the spot, but what is your favorite?
Oh man, my favorite. I don't know, we have some really cool emerald tree boas. These guys are really cool. We can take one of these out and show you guys. So.
For sure. Oh, these are awesome.
So this is a waxy monkey tree frog. These guys are from Peru.
Wow.
And so these are really interesting because you don't keep them like other frogs. They don't like it very humid. So
okay.
You keep them warm and dry, which is really wild because we actually like give them a basking light and they sit right in a basking light.
Wow.
So super interesting frogs, but super cool. And then they create a waxy secretion, hence their name, waxy monkey frog, and they rub it all over themselves. And that acts as like a protective layer for their skin and keeps them kind of like that like slimy look.
Oh, wow, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
Could you show us their legs that kind of give them the name? Yeah.
So
that's pretty cool. Awesome. And then could you tell us a little bit about the Solomon Island leaf frogs? Because I feel like they're one that are really cool, but a lot of people don't know about.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's a terrestrial species from the Solomon Islands. They're found right around like swampy areas and things like that. Care is honestly really similar to a pacman frog. So you're going to do room temperature, high humidity. Big thing with those guys is keeping a water bowl that's clean in there. A lot of times they'll defecate in their water bowls and they like sitting in the water. So obviously keeping that cleanliness is super important.
Yeah.
But you can tell there's a huge variety of colors and patterns and things like that.
Cool.
I honestly believe that there's probably a few different species of Solomon Island leaf frogs and they just haven't been broken up taxonomically yet. So.
Okay. It'll be interesting to see in like the next 10 years or whatever what comes of their taxonomy. So moving over to the Amazon tree boas, can you tell us a little bit about them? Because they are super cool.
Yeah, so this is an arboreal species, obviously their name being tree boa. They're from South America. These particular ones are from Guyana. These are super cool captives. You keep them nice and hot, nice and humid.
Yeah.
We give them a basking spot around 88. Humidity is pretty high. We miss them every day. But the variability in color and pattern on these guys is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
And this is all natural. These aren't like a ball python morph where we've bred for different genetics. This is all just what they have in the wild. So.
Wow. Are they like some other arboreal snakes where they go through an ontogenic color change, or?
Slightly. So they do change in color and pattern a small amount, but not like a green tree python would. So if you have an orange baby, they typically stay orange as adulthood. You'll see some pattern changes, like more pattern or a reduction in pattern as they age, but what you start with is usually pretty close to what you end up with.
For sure. And to kind of wrap this up, how did you get into doing what you do?
So as a kid, I kept buying all these unique species and all these imported species, and to be quite honest, I kept getting animals that were pretty low quality, stuff that was super fresh, and so I kind of learned how to establish as I was buying these animals from suppliers, and realized that I could just do this on my own and maybe do it a little bit better, and do a little bit better for the animals, and like have me knowing how to do it make it a little bit easier for my customers because they don't have to deal with the issues that we are already equipped to deal with. So that's kind of how I started it, and that's kind of my goal, is to kind of change the whole importing being bad thing, because it's not, and it doesn't need to be. There's no reason to have sick animals on your table. So
for sure. Yeah, absolutely. I love how you can clearly see all of these animals are high quality, which is super important, and it sets a good reputation for the reptile industry.
Yep, and that's the whole goal, man. We just want to do it a little bit better. We want to make it just everything a little bit better, and hopefully leave everybody with some happier, healthier animals.
Thank you all so much for watching my NARBC Schaumburg 2022 video. I really appreciate you watching it till the very end. If you enjoyed this video and you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel. It's free and it really supports me to allow me to make more videos just like this. huge thank you to all of my patrons for your support, and to all of the amazing people who I spoke to for making this video possible. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video behind the scenes at the Snake Discovery Reptile Zoo, so subscribe for that.